Almost 7 p.m. July 1st. Front yard update. This is the peach tree from seed. Cleaned her up, training her, setting these main shoots so I have a thicker, heavier canopy for the future fruit. My beautiful daughter can pick it with her mouth out the window. Got the drip system, pot, fabric pot, tall fabric pot. Little experiment that I like how it turned out. Each line has its own little valve. These little nozzles churn so I can decide how much each pot gets. And the pressure obviously runs out once I have them all on, so I get to control which lines run. And I'm practicing on understanding the pressure to the water and timing, all that kind of good stuff. Because now they have technology, automated valve, like remote valves, so I can be in China, Korea, Russia, Philippines, Greece, Africa, Hawaii, Sochi, and watering my garden. Everything's gonna be synced in. Fennel from seed. I actually bought this from Rare Garden Seeds online. Grape, unbelievable this year. Look at that. It's one vine. There's 3 vines total, now a whole bunch. And this one is right here. It's like, choop. There's one vine. And this one, look at that. Gave me an early grape fruit production. Hi. And this is the ARC American River vine that I cut down this year for the first time, all the way down to its bottom. It's a wine grape. There's a whole story behind it. I'm not gonna get into it. I want to cover this whole front yard videos. Did a little corral. Almost got a pig. Wanted to get a bigger animal. Excuse me. Iris from Seeds. My mother's neighbor, where she just moved a couple years ago, sold the house, gave her some seeds. I started them. I almost actually didn't finish them. I thought they weren't going to start. In like 50 plus days, like a month and a half into it, gave them their last watering, and they sprouted. Couldn't believe it. It was a miracle. So now this is 2 years into them. I've been learning to propagate irises. Strawberry from Siberia. A friend of mine let me have some from his property that he just bought. The lady that used to live there that owned it brought Siberian strawberries over. And the cool thing about them, which I've never seen, do it like this. You see these runners, right? I mean, there's a runner after a runner everywhere. It's unbelievable. There's another one. I mean, I just gotta give them a little water, put this runner in the ground, boop, like that, cover it. Oh, it popped out. Get in there. Get in there. There we go. Come on. Opa. All right. There you go. Boom. And now that's gonna grow another plant. That's gonna find root. See all that right here? Little plant right there. All you gotta do is cover that too. That's gonna be a new plant. And then I can go around and start digging them out, cutting these vines up. I'll have one plant right here. Boom, you see it. Extra vines. And I can transplant it. So I'm kind of playing around with this, seeing if I can get this little vine thing going with these pots. Other than that, I got grapes that I'm propagating, grapevines that I'm working on this. Hopefully a vineyard soon. And learning how, of course, from this one vine, how they eat, how they react to water, from further feeding, what can you give too much of. There's so much to it. So, yeah. These tomatoes, these are beef cherry. Olga's beef. This beautiful, amazing Russian, hardworking farmer lady that I met 5-6 years ago. About 7 now, 7-8 years ago, something like that. She had her Russian beefsteak tomatoes that she was working on from Russia for I guess the longest time. I wasn't sure what I had, and they just kept growing all winter long. They survived. And I've been collecting their seeds, growing them out, and then I got this cherry a few years ago that stood out. Just a tons of tomatoes. Well, it was all tomatoes. It was literally tomato on top of tomatoes. And I decided to plant it right next to the beef. It was right over there. And I didn't know if I was gonna get a cross or not. Naturally, they should pollinate each other. And I wouldn't know till, of course, you know, a whole nother year goes by and you start some seeds and this and that. And this is the year, like 3 years later. I've been saving these seeds, not propagating them, because I've been waiting for some farmland. I want to do it seriously. And I decided to go for it this year. Freshen up the seeds. I've been storing them in the winter, or in the freezer, fridge, either way. Gotta know which one can handle what. But unbelievable production. And in the backyard, yeah, they're cherries. These are cherries. They look like cherries, but they're not even in a full-on ground. In the backyard, you can tell how much bigger they're getting just by nature, just their size. And then I've got some in the middle where they're literally like a beef steak, but in a cherry form. I'll put that up in another video. These vines are doing good. Aloe vera's on the side, sucks, that I've been learning how to propagate as well. Kumquat, mom's backyard that she didn't need or want. What is it? Thyme from seed. Another really hard, long start. All from seed. This is, I thought it was my Japanese plum. And I lost my tags after 5 years of propagating from seed fruit trees in these fabric pots. Fabric pots, you know how that works. Plant mimics, if you don't explain it, mimics its home. Fabric pot, you don't get that circling of the roots. They don't choke. So naturally the plant will just sit in a pot on a concrete and basically run out of, not space, but it will just keep building up its root system. Once you have that pot on the ground, the root system is going to grow through. So now you got a nice pot full of, let's say, that nice good soaking soil that will actually soak up the food, and you got now sitting on clay, the roots are going to go right through, and you got both worlds. So the cool thing about that pot concept is what I did with those fruit trees, as you can see here, pot inside of a pot. And you really don't want to do that if you don't have to, or you shouldn't do that. How about that? But I've been playing with it because let's say you're in an apartment or a small situation where you can't grow big or whatever. This makes it so much easier to fluff the roots, clean the root system. I guess I'll do it for this one just for the video. Boom. Popped it out. There it is. See some roots? I mean, this is just a baby. I just put this, was it dill from seed in the winter. Oh, there's my perfect concept. So there's your grapevine clone. Something I'm practicing that I'll have like around my vineyard. I'll have these pot systems around my vineyard. Right now I don't have any money, so it's all like wood chips, and you get what I'm saying? But wood chips degrades and eventually turns into really high microbes. Bottom line, medium is medium. It just depends how you work it. And I'm not complaining. I'm excited. All you gotta do is mix in some clay with these wood chips, eventually do its job. Only problem with clay is it's really heavy. Clay is actually good. It actually holds a lot of moisture, but you really want to work it with something else. Compost, wood chips, whatnot. You get that whole concept. That basically with fruit trees for 5 years straight, pot after pot, migrating it, waiting for the big farm to really drop them in the ground. That didn't come through. So basically I got that, pear I think over there, apple, pear, was it apricot, peach? Look at this massive, there's an apple right next to the peach. Apple right here. I can always transplant anything I want, or everything I want here. I was actually thinking about moving the whole dang foundation once I find the right property, but we'll see. I'm thinking about it. Got more money in the soil than, the box. You can see this beautiful, beautiful root. I'm looking at rootstocks, grafting, cleaning, the strength of it, what it's producing. It's probably a fall peach. If it produces fruit for me, God have mercy. The light up there though is keeping it vegging throughout the whole night. Not helping. Alrighty, video's ending. Grapevine from ARC 2016 that didn't give me fruit till 2-3 years ago is unbelievable.